Before I get into depth with the main topic of rage baiting, I'm going to read this out loud in case you can't see it or you don't know what rage baiting is. Rage baiting is something that has actually been in so many different situations in real life, you know, elsewhere, online, mostly online, I guess. Doesn't matter. It's still widespread. And even in the situations that involved Sonic93, my friend Root, that is, and Kick Vic, I Stand with Vic, with Monica Rial and Vic Mignogna, people attacking both of them, devs online getting attacked, vice versa. A lot of stuff has rage bait involved, and it's ridiculous, especially politics. So I'm gonna read it right here. To raise bait is to say something or usually post something online to get lots of people's attention and draw rage out of them. It is often the case that the rage baiter doesn't believe what they are saying. They're just trying to upset people. This is the case a lot with the Sonic 93 and I Stand with Vic versus Kick Vic stuff. And this video right here, this clip, it's from X. Well, not directly, but the person who shared it is from X, and I did not want to completely include it in the video because I don't want them getting attacked. Because a lot of people are so biased on X. So I give them props for sharing this because they also said I'm not gonna post the video, though I recommend searching it out. But people need to learn that there are repercussions for rage baiting. And I think they're talking about what Stellamagz is mentioning, the situation that happened for her to respond to. And I'm not saying you have to agree with everything she says because it is political in a way. The her video or clip right here, it's not overly political, I guess, but it may make you feel uneasy. And I'm not blaming anyone for however you feel. I'm not disagreeing with everything she says, but it's like if you have a political stance or you're like me who doesn't really like certain things about politics, I don't blame you. But please put aside your differences and pay attention to what she's saying in context.
I'm sure by now you guys have seen that video circulating of that conservative rage baiter getting in the mouth in New York City the other day. And given my track record with TikTok and their violations, I'm not going to show it to you guys, but feel free to look it up. And I'm not going to be one of the creators that prefaces this shit with, I don't condone violence, but do you know what has kept me humble my whole life living in New York City? It's knowing that at any point I could get in the mouth for what comes out of it. And this is how I know these conservative people just grew up around people who were just like them, that they think they could get away with this stuff. That's why diversity is so important. It protects your teeth. Far too many people in the society have gotten comfortable with being disrespectful and antagonistic and having zero fear of consequences. And as far as I'm concerned, I thought you guys wanted to make America great again. What do you think that meant? You thought you could go back in time just to be racist? I say we make mouth pops great again. That girl really thought she could roll up to New York City, the Bronx, of all places, wearing an Easter dress and being disrespectful during the spring, where one day it's cold, the next day it's hot, and not piss someone off? You thought you were going to walk away unscathed? If you were feeling lucky that day, you should have went to go play the lotto instead and had better chances. And I don't know what you're crying about. You wanted to rage bait someone to get content, and you were successful. It's in the name. You incited rage. Congratulations! And if anyone hears about a legal fund for our friend Tyson out there, let me know because I would love to contribute. As far as I'm concerned, it was self defense. I'm sure I heard that girl's nose crack from my house. Stay safe.
Okay, now I'm not saying I support whatever happened to that lady she mentioned getting her nose cracked. I'm not saying I support that. I had a sweat drop reaction basically, even though I'm focused on the main line of the context. Basically, you start some type of rage online or elsewhere. In this case, you started over racism or whatever. There's something going to happen, and it's not pleasant. You shouldn't do it, especially for your own safety and anybody else you care for. Why do this? Why incite your hate and then or even bait people to think what you don't even think? It's stupid. That's what's been going on. People can get hurt. There are a lot of folks who don't rage bait, but they much rather you get hurt, which is not good. And they get a kick out of it. So you get people who are equally evil who will do stuff to you. I think that's practically what she could say to you because it's true. Why do it? If someone is telling you not to go on these hooks right here, like in SpongeBob, and you do it anyway, as many times as they tell you, and because it's so fun, you can't resist. This is basically the hate wagon right here. Oh, I can't resist. I gotta talk about Sonic93. I gotta talk about Vic Mignogna. I gotta talk about Monica Rial. I gotta make them look bad because I need the views, man. I need the views. Oh my God, no. It's like yeah. That's probably terrible for me to do it like that, but regardless, the thing is, you need to wake up if you're a raise baiter. You're hurting yourself, people around you, you're getting your own family and friends involved when you lie to them. How can you even lie to them for so long? And this is my thing about it. I'm going to say it right now. I don't really have any content of her in this video, but Amy Chan is also a raise baiter. Bagaduce is also a raise baiter. I've said it. A lot of people who went after my friend Root, raise baiters, because they use resentment to attack her. Moving along, well, also kudos for Sonic93 actually recommending that I use this in a video before. This was long before she fled. Now, another thing is too, a character such as Rial from Suikoden 2 has said something that might be pretty common, but very true, at least behind the words. Even a lie can become the truth if it's never uncovered. And the issue with people who love to lie to get someone hurt, especially, is that they don't really pay attention to the fact that the truth actually exists. It's just unknown. Even if something is unknown, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Unknown does not equal non existent. If it's unknown, it probably is non existent. You don't know it though, but that's not an automatic yes or no. Going here, I have Moondisc right here because Moondisc, come to find out, you were raised baiting whether you meant to or not. Because this April Fool's joke that you put together, that's not even really an April Fool's joke, is you being weird. You did that to get some type of attention, whether it's from Sonic93 or whoever. Even right here, this is a raised bait on description. In case you actually read the description, this is an April Fool's joke. Don't take it seriously, dumbass. What? How does that make you feel, man? Really? You're a rage baiter because you did this. You wanted a reaction. And if it was from me, I didn't rage over this. I would look at you weird. It's like, dude, do you feel okay? But even then, let's talk about this. Because this situation, even though it is so different from the Sonic93 and Vic Mignogna and Monica Rial stuff, it has a similar premise of rage baiting involved. Whereas people would get your family like thrown in by name, they smear their names, and it's like, why? Why are you involving people's names? And then like you say that Sonic93 is evil, she's all these things, and you're not even in the situation. Why? What did she do to you? Why are you saying she is a doxer? And then you switch it around with the narrative saying, oh, she has people doxing for her. Meanwhile, people are saying Austin Metcalf's dad is a white supremacist. Then they're saying Carmelo Anthony is a racist African American. What? Why? Why are you making up these things? The thing is, if you go to read an online article, especially, you should go by what you see and take it with a grain of salt if it hasn't been confirmed. You should also keep your eyes peeled in case the article got things wrong and it's intentionally, rage baiting you. A lot of rage bait videos were made on my friend Root, with people saying different things about her, even saying, "Oh, she's Muslim, she's loud, and she's the violent type or something." It's like, why? But come to find out, it's because a lot of people are racist scum. Yes, and they have said that in regards to Carmelo Anthony, especially, he's not the only one, that all African Americans, all blacks are violent. It's been proven. It's fact. No, it is not. Violence is not determined by race. You have a lot of people back in the day who were pro slavery. How do you explain that shit? How do you explain the trauma that certain races have gone through? And African Americans weren't the only ones who were enslaved. There were people of European descent that were enslaved as well. But if you're going to involve race and say, oh, a certain race is violent, you don't think that what you have been saying about African Americans is offensive? You don't think that saying that Sonic93 is Muslim is offensive? You are implying that they're all the same. Rather much, you're actually pushing it in that they're the same, which is stupid. No two Muslims are the same. No two Muslims look the same. No two African Americans look the same or even think the same. We have different minds. People who are of European descent, Caucasian and stuff, they have different minds. People who are Native American, Asian, Hispanic, different races. We all have different minds. Violence is not determined by the race. But no, you people love to market it. And the reason why I say this too is because people are acting like, oh, she wants power. Okay, why didn't you finish your sentence? Because a lot of you who got involved into the Sonic93 situation, as well as folks who are doing this to Austin Metcalf, smearing his name, you were rage baiting. So I'm going to say this right here too. And before I go back to Sonic93, anybody who has heard the situation with Austin Metcalf, a young man who was stabbed to death by someone by the name of Carmelo Anthony, the thing is, we don't know the situation other than what was shown or what was said. And the father right here of Austin, he was rather sympathetic on a fair level in regard to Carmelo Anthony. He didn't know why Carmelo did what he did. He was confused. He was shocked. And he was heartbroken. People called him a white supremacist online, if not elsewhere, because, oh, Carmelo Anthony, he did it out of self-defense. It's like, I don't know. But it's like, it doesn't give you the right to call him a white supremacist. His dad, Austin's dad, that is, all because you feel that Carmelo was innocent. People were saying that he dared Austin to touch his bag or something like that. I actually encourage you to read it up yourself. And Carmelo did stab him. It's not good to take someone's life away. And I say hypothetically, if it involved Austin doing something that he shouldn't have done, I'm thinking that the approach would have been a bit different. Someone somewhere had to have been on Carmelo's side. Life is strange in different ways when people do get wrongfully thrown in prison and stuff. If it's true that Carmelo was wrongfully convicted or whatever. But you have to think about it. Even if you have that gut feeling, where are you basing it from? How are you basing it on him? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you think he's innocent, is it because of what usually happens to African Americans? Is it because of what the family may think or feel? What is it? Is it because he says he's innocent? Because, as the dad said, the truth will come out. We have to wait. We're not either family. The dad actually said we're not either family. He feels for his own family and Carmelo's family. But the whole thing with people saying that, oh, Carmelo's a racist African American, did the dad tell you to say that? No. The dad said, please do not bring race or politics into it. What he did was a human thing. And I'm not saying the dad said what Camilo did was a humane thing. No, he's saying he did it out of being a human being with emotions that were probably unsettled, whatever humans do when they kill someone. It was plain and simple in a way, but not at the same time. It had nothing to do with race, it had nothing to do with politics. It's what any man or woman or non binary person could have been driven to do, and it's still unpleasant, not good, but it didn't involve politics or race. But no, you're saying that, let me go here, because I have more stuff I come to find out. Um, moving along. Right here, this post right here says this is exactly what I wanted to see. The more they talk about it, the more he raises, thanks to their anger. This is a fundraising thing right here. It says fundraising for Austin Metcalf's killer surpasses 100,000. Carmelo Anthony, accused of killing Austin Metcalf, has seen his fundraising efforts on a crowdfunding platform escalate rapidly, surpassing 100,000 and aiming for $150,000. Austin Metcalf's father has publicly expressed, "Now, I'm not on this site, but if you can find this, look for yourself." And then this end wokeness. See, names like this get me. Like, not get to me, but get me. Like what the hell? It's like you turn it into a political thing by comparing one family's fundraiser to another or whatever is going on. Why? I'm tired of the weaponizing. But YT Rabbit Chaser said, thanks to whose anger? This is the primal difference between us. We don't think the way you assume we do, and honestly, it's exhausting trying to prove this to you. Black people who have a preoccupation and or a misunderstanding about how a white person's thought processes work. Well, I'm gonna go here. Thought processes work are of perpetual victim mindsets and want zero resolution, while meanwhile, for the most part, whites engaged in these discussions are hoping, looking, and or expecting an ending that provides a solution, and instead, these perpetual victim mindsets stay running like hamsters on a wheel and are willing to run forever, going round and round, never considering to stop running on the wheel. Bullshit. There are people who are white who are non-racist. There are blacks who are non-racist towards whites. But the way you are typing is essentially the same as people in the I Stand With Vic versus Kick Vic situation, as well as people who were going at the Sonic93. You have this mesmerizing wall of text, like you're the voice of reason, and you're just brainwashing people to believe what you may not even believe, which is really disgusting, mind you. It's useless to even engage with you anymore because you don't want a solution to the problem. And this is what gives me the idea that this person, YT Rabbit, probably did talk to the person that I censored. Not censored, but like covered up because I don't want them getting attacked. The reason why I left her name out there because it is very provoking. It's rage baiting, whatever. So it's useless to even engage with you anymore because you don't want a solution to the problem. I'm sorry, but it's always the same, and we can't change your mind about us or get through to you that we don't think the way you obviously believe we do. It's like, I don't know what happened between the two, but this is not appropriate because you're making it all about yourself by putting it here. And a lot of people did that with Sonic93. They would put this whole wall of text or something and act like they know her, like she is their formidable foe or something. Just shut up. But this, our racist views you believe we hold were purged within our families during the civil rights movement and taught by mothers and fathers for generations within home to see all black people as equals and with respect. Oh my fucking god! There are still racist people of European descent. It's there are racist blacks, there's racist different people in different races, and there are those who aren't racist. Why are you making it about this person and yourself? By the time I was in school, I was truly colorblind as it pertained to all people are equal, to love others and judge them on their actions. I've never experienced thinking any other way until after Obama. Dang, 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 dang. You had the dragon Obama. Really. Your hate. Until after Obama and young people began accusing me of a hate I did not possess. Are you saying that until after Obama was president or something? Are you saying he said something to you? What? And young people? Which young people? What did you do? Did you do something? You have a nefarious stereotype you blanket upon all white people. Again, I don't know what happened between you and that guy or who you're talking about, but this is not appropriate. Just know we tried, and although no one will believe me, we weren't the monstrous people you wrongly assumed us to be. Oh my god, stop. I have no idea how to get through to you, but then I guess it doesn't matter. Since what? Since what? Okay, never mind. Here's the thing. Whatever happened to African Americans, you're being disrespectful for trying to rewrite history. No, it is not cool for people to go boasting about whatever happened and keep bringing it up like, you did this, you did this, you did this, and you're all the same. That's not cool. But what's also not cool is when you sit there and say, we were never wrong to begin with, or we were trying. So listen, a lot of people try to spread sympathy and to show that they condemn the actions of their ancestors. But this is not you showing that you condemn anything. This is you playing the guilt trip card on them and trying to turn everything into you. Oh my goodness. This had to do with Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Why make it about you? And then this person, well, first of all, even though I covered up this person, I did not like this. But see, this gets it. Carmelo Anthony is innocent. Free him. And it's like you can listen to a video of a guy or anyone, you know, breaking it down and saying that this person's innocent or that person's guilty. You need evidence. The thing is, we're not detectives. The father was pleading for us to please, don't do this stuff. We were not there. We're not either family. Why do this? And yes, I saw the clip, but I didn't really find it to be offensive if you see this clip. It's more like, I don't know if what you're saying is, holds any truth in it, because I don't see the evidence, and no matter what type of reason you have, we weren't there. This person, who was called Anti-Israel News Network, already the name is offensive, and not because I picked a certain side. No, I am not pro-Israeli or pro-Palestinian. I care about both groups as human beings. And this is why I don't like this stuff, because of the hate is spreading. It's too much. It's like when I saw this name, it just set me up. I'm like, why do this? Why make an anti-Israel name, or even an anti-Palestinian name? Why? Why do that? And then you're the same motherfucker who is saying this is take ever. All blacks are violent and belong in jail. Period. We can decide to let them out if they can show us they don't chimp out after a few years of corrections, but otherwise, you are gone. Yep, flex, flex, flex. I did not like that. And I don't even see this person around anymore on X, I guess. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what. But going here, I'm going to say it right now. If you have beef towards anyone like that, as in you do those things, you spread hate, that was a Ragebait post, by the way, you are only going to get yourself and other people hurt. You're not solving anything. It's not funny. So when it comes to Sonic93, if I haven't said it already, she's Eritrean. She is black. People were attacking her over her, whatchamacallit, her race and her religion, that is. Because, I don't know, they were doing it. It's stupid. Sometimes they don't have a reason. Sometimes they're just plain stupid, and then they use the names of YoshiWii1 and Akai Jane / Cobalt as an excuse, as an invitation to dunk on her. So here's the thing. Are you comfortable with somebody using your name as an invitation to bring Ragebait? Or no? For those of you who do this stuff. Because if you're not, then shut the fuck up. The thing about Sonic93 is that people have discriminated towards her. They've made it about Silver the Hedgehog. They've made it about, oh, she's an abuser. She's a doxer. Can't get the narrative right. Oh, she has people doxing for her. And she's a child groomer and all this stuff. Manipulated. You are lying. I'm sick of it. It's rage bait. So many other things that were said to her, it was rage bait, plain old lie, and resentment, all sorts of things. It's not funny. You got a lot of people hurt, dragged into your lies, and they have to live with what you said, what you programmed into them. You disgusting monsters. Especially this person, WatermelonTheCat. You, in one of your things, you said Ruth, basically her international real name, is basically one of those Sans fangirl trolls that are like, Sans is mine. But instead, with Silver, she's extremely annoyingly obsessive, and it makes me picture her stalking the voice actor of Silver. You know, the funny thing is, she never did and never felt it in her to do it. I wonder why. Taking pictures of him naked or something. That is some odd fantasy you have. I feel bad for her, not Root, but Watermelon. I feel bad for her own religion. She's Muslim. Why does it fucking matter? Like, imagine if you have to go to the temple and see a grown ass woman taught like that and downright embarrassing herself. Why do you care? She is one of those women that deserve to be slapped so hard that they'll fracture their goddamn neck. Okay, WatermelonTheCat, I've called you out multiple times, but just rereading this, it makes you a piece of shit. Videos that are long but very important, very important. When I try to click on one or more of these things, they weren't even available. All thought, Ruth tried to redeem herself in Nani's new video. I and many others do not believe her. I feel like she's lying because she's trying to gain Nani's trust so she can defend her. But that's just me. Here's the thing. You sound like a cultist. Almost everybody who went after my friend Ruth is basically a cultist. You sound like a bunch of robots. I'm going to reread what you said in your tone. Ruth is basically one of those Sans fangirl trolls that are like, Sans is mine, but instead, with Silver, she is extremely annoyingly obsessive, and it makes me picture her stalking the voice actor of Silver, taking pictures of him naked or something. I feel bad for her own religion. She's Muslim. Like, imagine if you had to go to the temple and see a grown-ass woman talk like that and downright embarrassing herself. She is one of those women that deserve to be slapped so hard that they fracture their goddamn neck. Did it feel good, WatermelonTheCat? Did it feel good? Did it feel good at all to say all this? I bet it did. But in the end, it didn't. Want to know why? Because you lied and you didn't really feel this way. You didn't feel this way. You didn't even try to reason with her, did you? You just wanted in on the fun. That's all you wanted. You didn't care who got hurt until you got spooked and saw that you were in deep shit. It all boils down to this. All right, come on. Going back. Because you folks love to play hero like it's all a video game. Like this is the X-Men arcade, like Konami made. And it's like, X-Men, we have to stop Sonic93. No, you fucking don't. If she's supposed to be a Marvel villain, I'm guessing she's supposed to be Mystique, you know, at times misunderstood or what. That aside, you need to leave Sonic93 alone. And people who are still involved in the ISWV Vic vs. Kickfix stuff, leave Vic Mignogna alone if you're harassing him. Leave Monica Rial alone if you're harassing her. Because the thing is, rage baiting is so stupid and disgusting. It could get anyone hurt, including the rage baiter. And then we won't be able to help you. It's collateral damage at times. It's not funny. And as for a Root, I do apologize that you had to deal with racism. Because that's what it was. As many times as people want to say, oh, you're Muslim, you're this, you're trying to be very light about what you're trying to say, what you're hiding from what you're trying to say about Root by attacking her religion. You said she's loud and she's this, and then Bagadoos drew her in a certain way that was racially degrading and stuff, and it's like, why? Because it's fun to you? You think you can get away with whatever you want? You think you can say whatever the fuck you want? And meanwhile, you're trying to punish her? For what? I will tell you this. If any of you motherfuckers came after me, you would have a different perspective. You would not be happy with me having a cynical side and me seeing through you. You wouldn't want to put up with me and anybody else. There are people who have eyes and they can see what I'm going through and what you're doing if you do it. I'm an empath. I'm not perfect, but the thing is, I can reason with people and see why and how they're doing something, even when they're in the wrong. And because I can see and rationalize with your behavior as to why you're doing it, I can read you. It means I can detect your lies, you idiots. A lot of us can. Don't fuck with us. There's a lot of empaths on this planet. And if you threaten me, if you threaten Sonic93 again, you're gonna want to wish you never messed with anybody before you hit the slammer. And you're gonna literally have a little moment to think about everything you claim to stand for. Because a lot of you idiots, you're like, we didn't do it. This shouldn't happen to anybody. You only said it because you want it to look good for your audience. Anybody who is going after Sonic93, I mean it. You go after my friend, if you even go after Moondisc, despite what he's done to her, you go after anybody. Think about it. How will you feel when you find out that you fucked up big time? That you done dragged so many people down with you, and that they have to live within your lies because you're afraid to clean up with yourself. You're afraid to clean up your own mess. That is pathetic. You're supposed to be grown, right? You folks who do this are supposed to be all mature. You're anti-immature, but you suck at taking responsibility. Give me a fucking break. And as for you, Root, if you're out there, wherever seeing this, you have to eventually speak. Please. This is your fight. You have the absolute truth of what happened. You have the knowledge. And for those of you who are victims in the I Stand With Vic versus Kick Vic drama, if you're victims, please speak. All victims seeing this, please speak and please tell the truth. If you're not a victim, please leave this alone. If you are, please take the time to fight your battles, to ask for help. Because if you're afraid because people silenced you, they are the ones who are the cowards. They took away your strength because they're afraid to face the truth. Don't let them win. If you feel suicidal, call for help. Because, my friend Root, at one point, you have told me you felt the urge to jump from someplace high, and your family had to talk to you about it. It would have resulted in suicide. I told you that. So, whatever you have against me, especially, I know that I wasn't always fair to you. And at times, I was kind of clueless. And towards the end, I got harsh because I didn't like how you were responding to me and how you were comparing me to another person who was actually abusing you because you were panicking over that person not really helping you. And I kept telling you, Moondisc is not going to help you with certain things when he's doing that. Listen, it's not too late. I still have things to apologize for you for. And to anybody else who has to give an apology, to anyone, life is short. Don't be afraid to say sorry. I have nothing to hold on to the point that I can't apologize. No, I care more about people than my own interests. Everybody should be that way, but I cannot force them, and I wouldn't. So please, no more rage baiting. And if you do, There are consequences. Just know that. Because if it wasn't for Sonic93, I would not have been able to overcome trauma that I endured back in 2023 around Christmas time. She was there for me. So anybody who calls her a monster, she's not even close. You are the monsters. Munchkin adversary out.